Hey everybody, this is Brian Patterson. Wanted to send out a quick video here just as an update. I'm kind of incognito here today, kind of taking it easy, but I wanted to send this out as a real estate update. What's going on in Middle Tennessee area, and from a national perspective, what I see, and give you an update, especially if for those of you out there looking to possibly buy, for those of you maybe want to look to sell. Or maybe for those of you that are really upside down right now, you're having problems paying your mortgage, you want to know whether or not you need to refinance, what you need to do to sell your home. There's a lot of discussion to be made on that. But first of all, let me just confirm with you that when it comes to the real estate market, especially here in the Middle Tennessee market, we are now actually starting to see, probably since April of this year, what the rest of the country, especially the markets, have been hit really, really hard, where we saw the big growth areas. The big growth areas were the West Coast, the Southwest, and the Florida area, and some of the East Coast areas that we saw the huge growth areas. We didn't really see a lot of growth area and a lot of risk taking that we saw in those areas here in the Tennessee area. But now, since the tax credit has gone away, which basically only really benefited first-time home buyers, we're actually starting to see the decreases in the values of home at a very significant pace, where most of the country in those areas have seen 30 as much as 50% in devaluing of their homes, and the number of short sales and foreclosures. We're actually starting to see the devaluing going on here in the Middle Tennessee area, and we definitely see a very big slow growth going on. And we've kind of just had the train come to a halt. Like I said, we've been about 12 to 18 months behind the rest of the country, and you're probably asking the question, why are we just now seeing it? And that would be my answer, would be the less risk-taking, and we just didn't have the population growth as the coast did. With that being said, definitely for sure what I'm seeing in the market right now is that it's a good time to buy. If you definitely enter a position to actually where you can actually have the skin in the game to put down at least 20%, and have good credit scores, you can obtain a loan. If you have a house to sell, then I'm probably going to say you're probably in a position of 120 as much as 200 days before you actually would see a sale on your home, especially if you can't afford to sell it at market prices. That's just a reality of what we're seeing out there. Pretty much the purchasing that's going on with the people that actually have the cash and don't have anything to sell. But for those of you that are homeowners and you own a house and you're possibly looking at making a change, whatever that may look like, let me just encourage you at all sacrifice and all cost, if you could stay in that home for at least another couple of years, that would be in your best interest. Some of you may not have that opportunity. Some of you may be behind in mortgage payments. Some of you are looking at possible short sales, possible foreclosures, and those get tricky. And not everybody qualifies for a short sale. And if you have any questions on that, I'd be glad to answer those. But concerning short sales, if you are in that position, realize a couple of things. Number one, not everyone can actually qualify for a short sale. Qualifications for a short sale is that you've had loss of income, or you've had loss of a job, one of the spouses has had loss of a job, there's been a divorce situation, and you have to prove that on a debt-to-income ratio statement that they'll actually ask your lien holders. It's even more difficult when you have a first and second loan. And on top of that, it's even more difficult when your first loan is with Bank of America. I call them the Great Satan. But anyway, despite that, short sales are pretty hard to do, but I've had a lot of experience, unfortunately, in that area. And foreclosures. Some of you are at the point right now to where the banks, and you've been behind in payments, where they're actually threatening to foreclose on you. And one of the things I want to encourage you on that one is to go to your lien holders and ask if you could do a loan modification. And if you can prove with your qualifications that you just can't afford it from the standpoint of loss of income or loss of job or hardship, whatever that may be, then they may be willing to listen to you, because it's probably in their best interest to do that. But I know there's a lot of questions that people have been asking me about the market and what's been going on. So I just want to encourage you to hold tight if you can. Realize that we're probably in store for a longer and more bumpy road. Uh, I say that in the housing market just because of you can't have a recovery in the housing market until you have a recovery in the job market. With 450,000 jobs a month being recorded being lost, you really can't see the housing sector come back until the job sector does. That's just the law of economics. And but if you have any questions concerning the real estate market, um, is it a good time for you to sell? Is it a good time for you to buy? Everybody's different, and everybody has a different situation and different circumstance. The one thing I do know is this, is that everybody needs a home. Everybody needs shelter. And we still are seeing houses sell, most due to either first time or in this area in Middle Tennessee where it's relocation. So that's just kind of a brief snapshot. I have other items I can talk to you about and everything, but if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Either email me here, my contact on Facebook. You can also phone me. My cell phone's 615-438-4941, or feel free to go to my website, which is brianpattersonhomes.com. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. Bye-bye now.